Lo and behold, someone's kind of early today. And that's me. I'm early. I still need to move some things around. We also have some music here. How about, even though we haven't played Wind Waker yet, go to Outset Island. Sounds nice. Now let me move things around. I'm a little bit pissed because I don't know what's going on with my... I don't know if it's my computer or my brain right now. I've been complaining for weeks that my mouse was probably broken. I changed it. It's not working still. I having trouble with my left click still, which doesn't make any sense. So, is that me? Do I know how to use a mouse? I think I do, but at this point I'm not even sure anymore. It is rough out here. It is rough out here, man. I've been making some mistakes while playing MTG Forge. Thanks to that, it's not funny. Ah, man. We have some strange news for this week. I mostly bring back news, imagine that. And you know, since we've been playing MTG Forge, and I think the game is really fun, why not talk about Magic the Gathering first? Do you think it's gonna be good? It's not. It's not. I've been highly critical of Wizards of the Coast and even Magic the Gathering for quite some time, so this shouldn't be a surprise. The thing is, it keeps happening. Hold up, let me bring up my thing. Hell yeah. Look at this. Everything was set up beforehand. This is an opinion article, obviously, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to agree with this guy. Upcoming Magic the Gathering, SpongeBob SquarePants Super Alert Drop is everything that's wrong with modern pop culture. Yes. Yes, and sure, doing collabs with Magic the Gathering and other stuff makes sense. But at some point, you have to understand that some collabs make no sense at all, right? Your game has an identity, or it should have an identity, and it's really funny that I have to complain about this when you have so many people obsessed with identity nowadays, but it's just performative. It's just sell product, sell... And I hate to use that word because it's overused. Sell this slop. This is trash. This is pure trash. Sure, Dungeons and Dragons collab makes sense to some extent. Sure, Final Fantasy. It could be a little bit strange, but sure, why not? What is this? Counter spell? That's already a card. That's just SpongeBob for some reason. But why? This is just a really petty attempt to convince people to buy this just because memes. Look, it's the memes! Don't you guys love memes? No, not anymore. Even memes nowadays are trash. So sad to see. And since Wizards of the Coast announced that they would be opening up their wildly popular Magic the Gathering trading card game and allowing for third-party APs to get their own unique sets, Spring Race has been torn as to whether or not the move was overall beneficial or detrimental to the game's identity. I promise, this is not free red, okay? I don't usually do that. And unfortunately for those in the former camp, the latter just got the best evidence to their argument with the recent reveal of the coming SpongeBob SquarePants Super Alert Drop release. I've seen the images, at least. I don't like this. Why would I? First announcing in October 2024, the upcoming limited edition set was fully unveiled on March 9th, courtesy of an exclusive preview provided by Collider. It's made possible thanks to the direct partnership between the island and WotC, that's Wizards of the Coast. Divided into 3 separate packages according to card type, the SpongeBob SquarePants set will present players with no original cards, but rather 18 themed reprints of already existing cards, as was done with the previous Godzilla crossover. including internet sensation, instant sorcery, foul sorcery, counterspell, days, inevitable betrayal. I would say this is really funny. This is actually an inevitable betrayal. How ironic. Force of Despair, that also makes sense. Ent Whisper and Food Token. A counterspell, days, inevitable betrayal. Force of Despair, Net's Whisper, and Food. This is just memes. This is just trying to appeal to the modern audience. Just because memes. What are you doing? It's not 2012, it's 2025. What if this give you the toilet card? That wouldn't be good either. God, so annoying. Lands under the sea. Look, if it's lands, maybe? It's not like what it says on the thing. This collection features one basic land of its respective type. Plains, island, swamp, mountain, forest. All adorned with a view of one of Bikini Bottom's most scenic locations. But why? Why are these rare? As in god rarity? That doesn't make any sense. Legends of Bikini Bottom creatures. Oh, I guess they're just new stuff. That makes sense, but how does that work? Can I have... Okay, so we have, for example, here, Plankton, Tiny Tyrant, which is just supposed to be a Skrill Defector Might. Can you just have 4 Skrulls and 4 Planktons? Even though they're supposed to be the same? That's weird. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't really know these cards, but it's really strange to see... Patrick Star. Human Warrior, sure. SpongeBob. Human Wizard, I guess not. They have sub-names. I think I've seen this in MTG Forge. This is so stupid. This is so stupid, it doesn't make any sense in game. Why would you have cards that already exist with a coat of paint or with a different IP? I don't get it. And sure, reprints have always been a thing. This is literally a different name. I don't understand. Wizard of the Coast. Why do you pay me so much? And before moving on, I want to take a moment to offer a bit of clarification to the reader. Personally, I hold no bias or ill will towards any of the base concepts that play here. I do. Why? Why not? In fact, it's quite the opposite. Not only do I actively play MTG myself and purchase many of the Universe Beyond releases. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the problem. If you're critical of this, maybe you should stop paying. What a concept, I know. My best deck is themed around the recent Hatsune Miku drops. Do we have to make a Hatsune Miku deck? I haven't seen the cards in MTG Forge, but maybe they are there. I've been on my table with Captain America's unique throw and catch mechanic. You better believe I'm actually eating up every bit of news related to becoming Spider-Man and Final Fantasy sets. Which is really funny, because we actually have, at the very least, the separate card, even though it's not public yet, because it was revealed. And MTG Forge is just a fun game. But hold extremely fun memories of SpongeBob SquarePants seasons, original 3-season movie run, which I actively watched when I was younger. Okay. Now I have another problem here. I don't know if it's gonna be the case, but it would make sense. We have stuff here like Hatsune Miku, Captain America, Spider-Man, Final Fantasy, well, not SpongeBob SquarePants, because these are not new cards. They're just painted over with SpongeBob. You cannot convince me these cards are not gonna be really strong. You cannot convince me of the power creep, because big AP, big collab. Ooh, it's so shiny. It's so good. You had to buy it. That's so disgusting. And sure, that's always been this is just for you, but it's only getting worse. Captain America, for only 3. God damn it. Bro. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that's really annoying. You can just, in attaching equipment, deal damage up to 3 targets, depending on the equipment's main value, and then just attach it for free at the beginning of combat. I don't know what's the power level of modern cards. That seems extremely annoying. That seems like I don't want to play against this guy. Oh my god. Thank goodness. You don't have to pay anything to play MTG Forge. Jeez. I see all this is not Peacock, Puffy Chester. This means players who completely hate the idea of Universes Beyond. I completely understand how the appearances of someone like Ash Williams, Ify Kisaragi, or King Boone, why not the Doctor Who characters, can break the game's immersion and make it feel more like an Emerson Funko Pop style consumer world trap than a serious game. That's a really good description. As to say nothing of the effects the releases have had on the game's economy. I don't want to think about it. Rather, I send this so that you can understand when you say this release is everything wrong with modern entertainment culture. I'm not just a fan that's missing something because I don't like it. I'm truly trying to communicate that this set feels spiritually terrible, not in a religious sense, but this feels like a betrayal of the human spirit sense. Yeah, but there's also another problem. Sure, you're working here with bonding into comics and reviewing your stuff, but at the same time, you're spending money on this. You're part of the problem. I hate to be that guy, but you have to admit that's the case. That's happening. So it's just the same with Funko Pops. They're horrible, but they keep selling them because people buy them, and they have heavily criticized that for a long time. It's nothing new. They keep pandering to consumers and people keep consuming. That's terrible. Okay, admittedly, that last descriptor may have been a bit hefty, but honestly, it was wholly off base. Setting aside the Lands Under the Sea package, with the SLDs feature new illustrations depicting Gerda Snail visiting such locales as Rock Bottom and the Jellyfish Fields, take a look at the visuals used in each of the cards. Instead of new art, no matter how amazing or absolutely terrifying it may be. Okay, that's Cloud Soldier, that's pretty good. That's great shit, sold up. Yeah, this card is cool. Both Cloud cards look pretty nice, actually. You can see the other one because I didn't show it on stream the other day. That's X-Soldier. This one is already a thing, I'm pretty sure. This one. That's cool. That's the one I want to get for my Boros deck in MTG Forge. Oh, that's strange. That's also Snowland. I don't think that's a new set. Boulder Snap, yeah. That's old. That's old news. Both Internet Sensation and Legends of Beginning Bottom drops feature new vector images made not just from various episode frames, but the case of the former, from those specific frames which have since gone on to become internet memes. Don't you guys love memes? I'm starting to hate memes. Hold up. Me. As such, rather than the sets feeling at all like they're celebrating SpongeBob SquarePants' actual history, they come off as lazy and cynical cash grabs, the sole purpose meant to exploit the emotional connection, while we feel to sing recognizable imagery in the hopes of scoring a quick buck. That's Wizards of the Coast for you, baby. Have you seen D&D lately? Yeah, that makes sense. We've been criticizing this for a while, so it's no surprise. But more on the how do you develop chaos nature of based in entire set from internet memes or the laziness of just rehashing a reproduced art, perhaps what really leaves this entire affair feeling so skivvy. Why not a skibbity? If the fact that it exists as yet another instance of Nickelodeon exploiting the AP, following the death of its late creator, Stephen Hillenburg, who has himself opposed the idea of his creation turning into yet another mass merchandise love factory. That's a really good point. I hate it. But now that they mentioned this, the prostitution of the IP, I'm only waiting for a Castlevania set, because Magic the Gathering loves to do that now. In Castlevania, well, Konami loves to prostitute the Castlevania IP now, so it's the perfect match made in hell. I might need to commit heinous crimes if that happens. I'm not going to like it. And sure, I could make, let's say, a Castlevania themed deck. I don't think I want to. And turn the prostitution of the AP, okay? And have you seen the models in Dead by Daylight? They look horrible. I just in some. I'm like, who is this guy? What kind of cosplay is this? Not good. Speaking with the New York Times, David Edelstein, ahead of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie's 2004 theatrical release, the topic of his creation of adorning a multitude of items in various shipping catalogs, Lumberg bind. At first, it's both weird and flattering, but after a while, you get tired of seeing it. When even the creator says that, I think that has a lot of value. It was preciousness after a while, he added. One night I was really bad. We worked real late and went to get food at some takeout place. And leaned over against the gamble machine, just exhausted. And there was a SpongeBob looking back at me. And it's just like, oh brother. Further on, the film's co-director, Shem Cohen, recalled that when the first SpongeBob SquarePants merchandise began rolling out, Steve looked grim, he said. My biggest nightmare is that I'm going to be at the beach one day. All these dolls are going to wash up on the shore like garbage. God, that's actually terrifying. It's not a fear of success, but there's one thing called too much. Make of that what you will. Being a marine biologist also serves. He doesn't want to be responsible for bringing a glut of garbage into the world. Look, if you're creating anything physical, that can happen. I'm not saying it's good or you have to cope with it, but that's going to happen. Especially with something as massive as SpongeBob. Is that David Hasselhoff? Can we show a nipple here? Maybe not. I don't know how strict Twitch is with that. Am I gonna get banned because David Hasselhoff of all people? That'd be funny, but rather not. That's a funny name. I think I can say that. Invisible limited edition crossover merch aimed exclusively at adult collectors. Its entire appeal based on the audience's recognition of genital visuals. Despite the accidents, only made possible by the fact that its original creator is no longer around, effectively protests its production. That's actually terrifying. And it's not that different from Marvel with Stan Lee or The Lord of the Rings with Tolkien. It's so sad seeing those beloved IPs become just garbage. The IPs that sold you literal garbage. So sad. And hell, the fact that the memes featuring on the internet sensations cards are even popular isn't due to Nickelodeon's own efforts, but rather the guerrilla grassroots style of internet culture. I don't think that's grassroots anymore. Like I said, with the goes, SpongeBob SquarePants Secret Lair Drop is everything wrong with modern consumer culture. This happens a lot. This has to stop. For the sake of the people and for the sake of the, I don't know, the art, they're just printing a lot of shit. It's just crappy. Where's the passion? Where's the interest in that? I don't get it. And even though it has nothing to do with, let's say, huge EPs like this. I was talking to my mother the other day. I think it was yesterday. I'm not quite sure. They still look the same to me. About, I think it was about yesterday and the day before. We're talking about AI stuff. You see a bunch of AI on social media, YouTube and whatnot, and people believe it. I was like, mother, please, why do you think this is surprising? People are extremely stupid. And from that, we jump to short form content. So like 90 to 95% AI, just pure AI. And people, they love to eat that. And I keep wondering, but why? There's nothing interesting about that. Have you seen those videos? They're just pure trash. Oh, look. They're kittens working at McDonald's. It's trash. It's fucking trash. I could have made the joke of, finally, the cat has cheeseburger. But it's all so tiring. And I'm not that old. I've been feeling like 60 for half my life. It's not fair. And it's only getting worse. Please, stop. The internet going mainstream was terrifying. And I still feel that fear. All in all, if you're able to ignore anime cynicism, your own or that of other players, you can pick up all 3 Sponges SquarePants releases beginning at 9 PM PST, exclusively on with a singular site, which normally print sets retailing for 30 USD, and followers going for slightly higher 40 USD. That seems like a lot. Not gonna lie. That seems like a lot. For cards that already exist. And this is not the worst we've seen from Magic the Gathering, which is funny. This happened... This was years ago. I was not doing a stream back then. I remember watching videos about that. They released like a classic collection of cards. Was it like 200, 300 bags? Something like that. I don't remember. It's 3 years, okay? Oh my god. Cheap viewers, how about you shut the fuck up and get the hell out of here? Fucking bots, dude. Leave me the fuck alone. God. I'm getting spicy already. And they had some classic cards, sure, like the Black Lotus and whatnot. And it was like a really expensive box of around 25 to 30 cards. And those cards were not even legal to play. None of them. That set was not for legal play. Just a massive cash grab. I hope they collapse. Jeez. What did they say here? Well, I'm selling One Piece cards for a huge bank. Yeah, One Piece cards too? Fuck. I think that makes sense, but I don't like it. That's wrong, you get all of these memes. I think it's normal. Oh, lovely, they made the meme card game. Can't wait to see how this goes. Look, guys, it's the meme! It's the meme! That's so annoying. I hate when big corpus end up just trying to appeal to that. Don't you guys like memes? That's been happening for more than a decade now. But I hate it. Didn't understand. It's not for them. God, I hate this fucking planet sometimes. Oh man. Speaking of fucking bots, by the way, I don't know what's going on my Twitter, and I mentioned that because my next tab is from Twitter. It's in Japanese. We can translate this. No, don't worry about it. But whenever I reload, I get a Fanta notification. And I'm pretty sure that's because I'm having bots trying to go after my ass. Because I mentioned Assassin's Creed Shadows on a tweet. It was about, oh, I keep seeing ads constantly. They might be getting a little bit desperate. The shields are out in full force. Apparently there was a guy replying to me. The guy was a massive shield, that's real. I think they're doing fine in sales. I like, the fuck do you mean sales? The game is not out yet. Take that cock out of your ass! I picked the mic. Take the cock out of your fucking ass before you speak to me, you fucking shill. Assassin's Creed Shadows, surely it's gonna be a great game, guys. Surely it's gonna be a great game. Surely has no ideology whatsoever. Oh, but what is woke about the game? What is woke about the game? I never said the game was woke. Maybe I did. I don't like using the word, that's my point. It was Ubisoft who said so. Because the Black Samurai had to be fucking George Floyd of all people. And there are like 2 or 3 replies on that tweet that I literally cannot see. Fucking bots, fucking shields. I hate everything right now. Maybe it's better when I have low energy streams on Saturday. I'm getting too spicy. It's only gonna get worse. So what is this? X-Corp JP? They have community note? What's going on? Well, it's really funny, because this shit keeps happening. So, let's read the translation. Seems to be pretty okay. We're aware that there have been some misunderstandings and concerns regarding recently regarding the operations of Twitter. We would like to once again explain the guidelines and operating policy of Twitter as a platform. Twitter is a platform that promotes freedom of speech, where people can speak their minds and the truth is revealed. This is the guiding principle of the entire platform. This is the same for Twitter in Japan. While we are always committed to keeping Twitter a safe and healthy environment. I don't know about that one. Have you seen vtubers in general? It's not good. We do not censor based on platform policies, and we do not shadow ban on Twitter, which is a lie. Which is a lie. What they do is actual shadow bans, but they define shadow ban as something extremely specific. We must suspend your account to request the deletion of your content, only if you violate the rules of Twitter. Please see below for more information. That's not a big deal. To make your Twitter experience more convenient and enjoyable, we have prepared a function that allows you to switch timeline display. Please use it as you wish. That means that's the following for you, I'm pretty sure. Recommend timeline, see posts and reposts from accounts you follow. As well as recommended content based on a variety of signals. Following timeline. Postal posts and reposts from the accounts you follow in chronological order. That's actually incorrect. You don't get shown literally everything. And sometimes I'm not shown stuff that's normal content, okay? Well, it doesn't will display except for those using Twitter Premium Plus. I should be having Outlook. Twitter will continue to evolve into a more useful and safer platform while protecting freedom of speech. And we have community notes. How curious. What does this mean? I'm gonna translate notes now. That's pretty good. It's been a thing for a while though. This statement that we do not practice shadow banning or censorship is misleading. Twitter defines a shadow ban as an intentional attempt to make a post invisible to anyone else without the poster's knowledge, according to the official blog. They do not implement shadow bans in that sense, but they do say that posts may not be viewable unless you take the time to go directly to their profile, and that usually means going to the user and then replies, not just their normal feed. Blog also says that they implement rankings and search results, and since Twitter Blue, that's being a thing, and it's getting worse, I do believe. In addition, according to the help page, Twitter may restrict the display of content in certain countries based on the law. Also true, especially in Germany from what I'm saying. I don't know why. What's wrong with Germany? A lot of things are wrong with Germany. So, funny. They keep getting community noted when they mention anything like this. And you know what? That makes sense. Just own it. Just own it. And you must have some moderation, okay? I'm not saying otherwise. That's always been a thing. Don't be disingenuous. That's the only thing we're asking here. It shouldn't be this difficult to understand. But it is currently here, so who knows? So now it's actually the time to get really spicy. I wasn't supposed to get spicy with the MTG stuff. So, games, huh? Pretty cool. Do you want to spend more on them? No? Well, fuck you. What about that? First of all, let's go with Pokemon Go. The game has been getting worse year by year. And it's gonna get even worse. So, here's Copley, Pokemon Go's new owner. And takes to the owned mobile games companies versus questions for long-time players. Yeah. Do you think it's bad now? It's gonna get worse. Can I watch the people stream about this? It's worse than I thought. God damn. On Wednesday, Pokemon Go maker Niantic announced it was selling its games, which include Pokemon, sure, Nintendo's Pikmin Bloom, and Capcom's Monster Hunter Now. I play some Monster Hunter Now, okay? Just when it released. It was okay, low level. Then it became the most annoying shit I've ever seen in my life. And I think some of my friends still play. They're kind of normies, cannot blame them. For being normies, I can blame them for playing. And apparently they were releasing... how to say this? Money-gated content. You want to do this monster? You had to pay for that. That's disgusting. It's only gonna get worse. Congratulations. And that's to make them to publisher a scoupling deal worth 3.5 billion. Could have been higher, I'm pretty sure. But news didn't catch hardcore Pokemon Go pretty by surprise. Scopeling's acquisition of Pokemon Go was a source of concern. It's responses to the news from multiple communities around the game. Are we happy when the game changes hands? Players wonder. With them assuming the worst. It's gonna be even worse than that. Whether the handover from Niantic to Scopely will have a positive or negative impact on Pokemon Go, Pikmin Bloom, and Monster Hunter Now remains to be seen. But there are valid reasons for players to be concerned. Imagine that. Imagine that! It's never good. Before I mention stuff about this company and what they do, I want to finish this article. Because I might be saying stuff that they will say later. Who is Scopely? It was founded in 2011 and launched its first free-to-play mobile games the following year. That's with Bodies, Jewels with Bodies, and Bubble Galaxy with Bodies. Titles that draw heavy inspiration from Yahtzee, Bejeweled, and Puzzle Bubble, respectively. Scopely also publishes an official Yahtzee game, Yahtzee with Bodies. Okay. Since then, Scopely has grown massively in size and numbers 8 international studios with more than 2,300 employees worldwide as of 2024, according to co-founder and co-CEO Walter Driver. Some of that growth has been accomplished through acquisitions. Saudi-owned, it makes sense. They have a lot of money. In 2019, the publisher acquired Digit Game Studios, the maker of Scopely's Star Trek Flight Command. 2020, it acquired Fox Next Games Los Angeles, the regional developer of Marvel Strike Force from Disney. That's a lot of money! A video here, we inspire play every day. Inspire? I don't think so. Scopely's library of free-to-play games also include games like Stumble Guys, Bingo Bash, and the Scribble Go. But its biggest hit is Monopoly Go, which was 3 billion USD in revenue, faster than any other mobile game, according to research firm Sensor Tower. Do you think maybe Fate Go? Maybe Dokkan Battle? Monopoly Go. Just gambling. It's even worse than gacha games. Monopoly Go, which launched in 2023, is only one of the top 10 games in terms of revenue, according to Sensor Tower. The Savvy Games Group acquired Scopely in 2023 for 4.9 billion. Pretty sure there are some countries with lower GPT, which is funny. GDP. I think I said that backwards. The Savvy Games Group. Savvy Games Group was established in 2021 by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, the Kingdom's Sovereign Wealth Fund. Okay. Savvy Games Group was funded with Saudi Arabia's economic diversification and social transformation in mind. Oh, that sounds so wrong. Into Group CEO Brian Ward. I know that's the name of the guy, but it sounds racist. Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia and supposedly massive gamer, serves as the PAF's chairman. I was about to say, isn't that a conflict of interest? As a prince, so can you do anything about that? Seven Games Group has spent billions of dollars in game investments over the past 4 years, with minority ownership stakes in Capcom, EA, Nexon, Nintendo, Take-Two Interactive, and the Embracer Group. Seven also owns esports organization ESL Fist Group and a handful of game studios in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Is this why games suck ass nowadays? It's not the only reason, but it could make sense. Some people mentioned that they have like 9% of Nintendo? That's a lot. Recent investments in game publishers, developers, and esports organizations have been controversial, I can imagine, throughout the accusations of the PAF sports washing. Many investments in sporting events like the World Cup and the establishment of LIV Golf, a legal alternative to the PGA, to improve Saudi Arabia's global reputation. Don't know anything about that, I'm sorry. PAF's chairman, Mohammed bin Salman, also known as MBS, also known as Salman, is the de facto ruler of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Hold up. I might not know enough about monarchy. How are you the de facto ruler when you're the crown prince and not the king? I don't understand. Hammond has been accused of ordering the killing of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi, according to reports of findings by the CIA. Holy shit, what the fuck? Well, I guess that makes sense, I suppose. I support in 2023 that Seven Games Group backed out of a $2 billion deal with Embracer Group, left the game's publisher reeling. As a result of the failed deal, Embracer sold off studios, lit off employees, and canceled games. Interesting. What does Scopely's acquisition mean for Pokemon Go? It's still uncertain. Ed Wu, head of Pokemon Go and senior VP at Niantic, said the move to Scopely will be a positive step for players and for the game's future. There's no way you believe that bullshit. Like the change they made to the models, they're so fucking ugly. Not only because of the proportions, everything is out of whack. Every change they have made has been for the worse. And you're gonna try to tell me that it's gonna be good, guys? I just don't believe you. I have every belief Pokemon Go will further flourish as part of Scopely, not only into its second decade, but for many more years to come, under the mission of discovering Pokemon in the real world, inspiring people to explore together. The game is already highly paid to win, as far as I know. It's only gonna get worse. Fucking freemium. Visiting statement. Our new partnership, along with our decade-long partnership with the Pokemon Company, means we can maintain this long-term focus, as Scopely fully believes in our mission and ongoing goal to create the best Pokemon Go experience possible. Focus will be to support our team, providing resources to continue delivering the gameplay you all know and love. It's kind of long, actually. Are they shilling its polygons? It makes sense. Well, that the entire Pokemon Go team is staying together through this partnership, promising that the same people who have been guiding and building the game for years will continue doing what we love. Is that even good? I don't think so. Also, if they order you to the shit, you will have to the shit. It doesn't matter who you are. So that's not saying much. Duplicate CEOs Jimmy Ferreira and Volta Driver made a similar promise about the future of Pokemon Go and its other games and services, including Campfire and Wayfarer, and events like Pokemon Go Fest. I'm thinking some stuff now and I don't like it. Obviously they're getting massive information from players with location services. Obviously, they're selling those. Surely, surely there's nothing strange about that. Surely there's nothing wrong with Saudi Arabia owning that now. What the hell? That's strange. That's deranged. Even. I can expect that these games, apps, and events will stay true to the experience they know and love, remain driven by the same dedicated development teams behind these beloved products. I don't have a problem with that, and that's gonna happen every single time. The thing is, they're gonna stay true to the experiences they know and love, but my experiences that I know and love with all of this are not necessarily what the company thinks I enjoy. I know, what a concept. So, I don't know, this just seems like plausible deniability, I'm afraid. Because maybe now the new owners will think that the true experience is just to pay money. Sure, that's a dumber thought and whatnot, but that can happen. Fucking hate pay to win. Did you know that? I know, what a take. The company's role post-closing will be to empower, I fucking hate that word, the Niantic game team to pursue their ambitious roadmap by providing resources and support on surface of giving players more of what they want from their favorite games. More of what they want at a price. Maybe more expensive price. Some Pokemon Go players have voiced skepticism of the deal since it was first reported in February, claiming that free-to-play monetization through in-game ads and microtransactions will be implemented in a similar way to Scopely's other mobile games. Part of recognition, I think that makes sense. I don't think they're gonna mention anything here about Monopoly Go. Monopoly Go is just a fucking scam. It's just like casino, but on your phone. This guy's with Monopoly. I don't have a time for that, sadly. You can watch the people stream. Honestly. It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. The fact that it made like 3 billion, that's a lot of money for Monopoly, which in turn is kind of ironic because it's Monopoly. It's also ironic again because I'm pretty sure Monopoly was made by a citizen of the Soviet Russia that I think it escaped from Soviets. It's been a long time since I've read that. Might be missing some stuff here. What a humane society this is. So you can only expect monetization to get even worse. If you didn't have ads, you're gonna get them now. Oh, man, they're probably gonna add... I was about to say battle passes. I think battle passes are already a thing in Pokemon Go. So what about... You can pay to spin the Pokestops more times. Is that a thing already? I shouldn't give these ideas. I do have mine for evil. Pokemon Go already has multiple in-game purchases. Players can purchase coins to spend on raid passes, increased storage, and cosmetic items. Niantic has also sold passes to events and special in-game research. I recently introduced a battle pass-like research track for Pokemon Go, and I saw the rewards. Yeah, if you pay, you get like 5 to 10 times the items. It is too much. And I made the argument, this was years ago, that Pokemon Go is actually a gacha game without the usual mechanics. It's just a gacha game in a really obtuse way. But at the end of the day, you end up paying, or you can end up paying for the same results as in a gacha game. Did you know that I actually quite dislike freemium games? And sure, I play gacha games. I've been playing gacha games for 8 years, maybe more. I haven't spent a single penny on any of those. I am that guy. I am free to play master. Well, players have occasionally grumbled over the increasing number of ways to spend money in Pokemon Go. Imagine that. The having expressed concern that a new owner will further exploit them through in-game purchases and pay-to-play mechanics, not pay-to-win, pay-to-play. Others have expressed hope that the Pokemon Company International will bring in new owner, Scopely, to protect the Pokemon brand, which has made Pokemon Go a rare and true success under Niantic. Time will tell what the transition from Niantic to Scopely will mean for Pokemon Go players. One thing's for certain, those players who have stuck with the mobile game will scrutinize its new owners closely, hoping that Niantic's promises will be kept by its new steward. But this is also on the players, because they keep playing, and worst of all, they keep paying. If a company does something that you do not approve of, you don't have to pay them. You don't have to play their games. You can criticize them. You can, dare you say, boycott them? Yes, you can. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? You should be selfish. It's your fucking money and it's your fucking time. Be selfish about it. Fuck. It annoys me to no end. And as we've seen, every change has been for the worst. Now you can only get less money from gyms. You have more stuff you can pay for. The mods are just disgusting. We talked about that several times already. It was not reverted back. And players tried to boycott at some point. A week-long boycott. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. It's just the same as with Genshin Impact. They don't have the guts to go through. So sad. So sad and pathetic. I want to say gamers rise up, but they can't. I just want things to be better. It's not gonna happen. Not like this. Boycotts are necessary. If they're fucking you over, stop fucking paying. How is this a revolutionary concept? But wait, because there's more. There's more. Sure, this is gonna get worse for Pokemon Go. But this is gonna get worse in general. For all of us. We've been talking about this for quite some time. This could be kind of a confirmation of, yes, this is actually happening. New GTA 6 price rumor surfaces and seem more expensive than before. It's only gonna get worse. Another rumor price tag for GTA 6 has surfaced online and seemed more expensive than some experts have predicted. Even though Rockstar Games have been silent on GTA 6 for over a year, that hasn't stopped GTA fans from getting excited. They've been searching high and low on social media and GTA Online for any potential clues. On top of that, they had the number of experts and analysts weighing with different theories about the long-awaited game's release. It has included a few of them setting the price tag pretty high. Speaking of March, Michael Patcher, okay, the managing director of equity research at Wedbush Securities, excuse me, said the price of GTA 6 would be unheard of and north of 100 USD. GTA 6 could cost $112. That information worried a lot of GTA fans, with many saying that they wouldn't want to see such a jump in price. It's probably gonna happen. Assets retailer Bragg has added to those figures with their official listing of GTA 6 pre-orders. They set the pre-order price for the base edition at 99 CHF. Are those crowns? I have no idea. Swiss money, which translates to £90, 103 euros, and $112. Now, 112 is crazy. I'm still Cup. This is the problem. But damn, I hope it's fake. What I'm waiting. 178 Australian dollars? Bro, you're joking. No comment. And this is the fucking problem. I'm still Cup. I'm still gonna buy the game. It's really expensive. I don't know anything about the game. I'm still gonna buy it. That's the fucking problem. They keep making these games more and more expensive. They keep making these games more and more trash, sometimes with even less content. Sometimes they don't even work properly. More often than not, they look like fucking ass. And you're gonna pay them more? What's wrong with you? 112, what the fuck are you smoking? I hope they crash and burn. Don't think it's gonna happen. GT is way too normie. As others noted, this could be very well be a placeholder listing and price that will change once Rockstar reveals more. However, the source retailer is a reliable one and has been known to be spot on in the past when they've put similar listings out. Take-Two CEOs Strauss Zelnick did weigh in on the price rumors. A little bit bloated. And his company's goal centers on delivering more value than what we charge. That's fine, I guess. Is this a good company? I have no idea. Others in the industry have suggested that publishers and developers are waiting on GTA to shift the pricing before they follow suit. Yes, has been a theme for months already. I was just waiting for GTA 6 to do it. Michael Downs, the director of publishing for Baldur's Gate 3, developer Learning Studio, said, games are getting worse. I don't think GTA 6 is gonna be better than 5, and I don't know anything about 5. I don't think it's gonna be better. Because we all know, in games in general, have been lowering quality for the last decade. You think GTA 6 is gonna be different? It's not. It's not gonna be different in any way, shape, or form. I'm sorry to tell you this. But this is the world we live in. Sadly. And I don't care about GTA, and it doesn't matter if it's GTA or a different game. This is the first game to push the price to 100 or over that. It should completely crash and burn. It's way too much for these kinds of games. I'm not gonna pay for them. I'm not gonna pay for them. Oh, but the games are massive. Sure, they're massive, there's actually nothing inside. So, what the hell? They're failing upwards in general. They keep selling, even though it's just trash. There's no passion anymore. Why do you think people keep going back to old games? Because old games are actually good. It's not, nostalgia, it's not. It's not. I've been playing old games for the first time recently, and they are still really good. And I'm not the only one. I remember that guy, I think it was either last year or 3 years ago, said, I played A Link to the Past for the first time this year. This game is fantastic. They don't make games like this anymore. And you know what? The guy is right. I'd rather play A Link to the Past again than Breath of the Wild. I am that guy. We need fucking collapse of AAA already. But what if they don't make new games? That's actually good. I don't want them to make trash constantly. I don't want people to consume the fucking trash either. I'm so tired of people buying and playing games that are just horrible. There's nothing good in them, and they will go, but it's so good. It's so delicious. No, it's not. Just evolve. Just become human. Transcend your fucking limits for once. That's too much to ask, sadly. And things are only gonna piss me off more from here on. You know what? Because they keep breaking everything that is good. Look at this. There's the success of One Piece, series greenlights live-action Claymore, series from Heroes, star on Netflix's Death Note co-producer Masayoka. Do you guys remember Death Note? I do. I'd rather not, but I do. It's gonna be a fucking mess. And I've only seen the anime, I never got into the manga. I should at some point. I'm still reading Hano no Keiji, okay? I don't want to start anything else right now. But I need to read this. Still. As a project will most certainly end in flames, and yet an absolutely baffling development has seen CBS Studios giving official development order to a live-action studio adaptation of Your Hero Yagi's Dark Fantasy manga Claymore for the co-producer of Netflix's Death Note film, Masayuka. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, damn. 2010. I think it's finished already, right? I think that makes sense. It's exclusively confirmed by Deadline's Nelian Triva on the morning of March 12th. The series will be developed in partnership between CBS, the original manga's publisher Shueisha, and production house Propagate Content. Propagate Content down. The last film boasts a TV track record that includes such audience as History Channel's History's Greatest Mysteries with Lauren Fishburne, Netflix's Untold, and Hulu's four-part Hillary Clinton documentary Hillary. I think they're just trying to be inflammatory here. Tuning on the series executive producer chair will be Propagate Content's Ben Silverman, Howard T. Evans, and Rodney Farrell, which Shueisha also said to be directly involved in a yet-to-be-specified capacity. Yeah, that doesn't seem good, even though they have Shueisha there. Further, while the series head writer has yet to be found, search is said to be underway. I don't like it. It's gonna be bad. They haven't writer yet. But it looks kind of cool. It reminds me a little bit of Berserk. It's not as cool as Berserk though. It also has distinct style. Clinton. This is new, right? Yeah, Clinton-driven CBS decision has immediately renewed interest in live-action manga adaptations following the success of Netflix's One Piece. Stop it! It doesn't fucking work. Even if you try to make it properly and accurate, it's not going to work. It's usually high fantasy. High fantasy and live action don't mesh well. Sorry to tell you this. And I said this already. I told you from the beginning that fucking Netflix One Piece will teach them the worst possible lessons. Lo and behold, here we are. To this end, she also adds that the series will apparently attempt to preserve the action and countless moral dilemmas of the original manga and the anime TV series. But the anime is quite different from the manga, though. However, as anyone who has actually read the manga or watched the 2007 anime adaptation... 2007? Wasn't it older? I thought it was. I guess I'm wrong. We haven't really realized these assurances will be exceptionally hard for CBS to follow through on given the manga's actual content. Imagine that. And sure, they're all women, but they will make it into the classic message of strong independent women who don't need no man. And we showed the hips, maybe not. Originally published in Shueisha's monthly Shonen Jump and successor Jump Square from 2001 to 2014, Claymore drops readers into medieval fantasy setting where humankind are regularly preyed on by the Yoma, species of human mimicking shapeshifters whose human strength and speed makes them practically undefeatable to the average individual. Enter the series eponymous Claymores, an all-female group of human hybrids wield demonic abilities granted to them by their unique DNA in defense of humanity, cutting down any and all Yomas who they happen to come across. And yes, they have to be women. They had men at some point. Not gonna spoiler, even though it's finished and it's kind of old. It was a bad idea. That's lying. Of course, there's no such thing as a free lunch, and the women's constant dancing with their human heritage makes them vulnerable to a process called awakening, which occurs when they succumb to their lesser halves and result in them becoming even more violent and sadistic than their natural-born counterparts. Notably, it is this sort of awakening that has led to the Claymores all-female ranks, as the transformation brings with it a feeling of sexual gratification so intense that men are quick to forget their humanity in order to chase it. That's information in the anime. That's actually accurate. I remember that. Tiki Seisha, if I remember correctly. Seisha? That's not possible. With that all in mind, that's one really trusted Western television network to handle serious sexual and violent themes with any sort of respect, or even actually cast the light-haired, pale-skinned, and seriously player. Now, even all of the claim are light-haired, pale-skinned, because that's an effect of the process of becoming a claymore. It's admittedly possible, but honestly, the odds are more unfavorable than those facing anyone which has taken the brutal trials required to join the ranks of the silver-eyed witches. Yeah, it's not like it's a great manga/anime. Does not happen that they will do this series any justice. Yeah. And why claim of all things? I guess they couldn't get Berserk. God, do not try to touch Berserk, please. Berserk is good already. And with this, I have to mention fucking Adi Shankar of all people. Has been appearing sadly on my Twitter timeline because of the new Devil May Cry thing. Oh, it's so good, it's so corny, it's so cringe. No, it's not. No, it's not. Thing is, people find characters like Dante from Devil May Cry to be cringe. He's not cringe. He's just eccentric. He's over the top. That's quite different. That's quite different. And that guy wants to make a Berserk adaptation. That guy wants to make a Zelda adaptation. Do not. You already fucked over Castlevania. You already fucking Devil May Cry. Stop it. I need this guy out of the business as soon as possible. I don't like Adi Shankar. There's no reason for me to like him. God, it's so bad. It's so bad. But thanks to his Devil May Cry, I guess people are going to appreciate the old Devil May Cry anime. That's really telling when you have, I think he's the director, right? Right? Hideki Kamiya? I think so. I might be wrong. Hold up. Yeah, he's the director. He's saying, yeah, I'm not gonna watch that show. Isn't that a huge red flag? I think it is. And you might not like Hideki Kamiya anyway. But that's really telling of the situation. And speaking of things that may get worse, fuck, I hate this week, I hate this timeline. Did you know that we had the 30th anniversary of Chrono Trigger recently? Hey, Chrono Trigger's pretty cool. You have people from Final Fantasy back in the day, good games. People from Dragon Quest, those are good games still. I still fear for Dragon Quest 12. Don't fuck Dragon Quest 12, I beg of you. I'm asking too much of Square Enix. You had Toriyama, fantastic music. It was a really good game. I played it years ago. There's a lot of things I don't remember. I played it on the DS, by the way. They had a kind of a sequel that was it was a thing. Chrono Cross. Friend of mine played it. Don't know anything about it. People say it was not as good. There was another sequel in the works way back in the day. Chrono Break, I think? Never happened. It's current year. Necromancy. It's actually a thing now. Pretty good celebrates 30th anniversary. Very spreads beyond the game world planned. That sounds so wrong. Timeless RPG Chrono Trigger, which first launched for Super Famicom in '95, celebrates its 30th anniversary on March 11th in Japan. In celebration post on its official Twitter account, Square Enix said users can look forward to various developments that go beyond the world of the game throughout the next year. They could make an anime adaptation and it could be okay. They could make a movie. There's not a lot of things they can make that's not gonna be terrible. To mark the 30th anniversary and to express our gratitude to everyone who has played Chrono Trigger so far, we're planning a variety of projects over the next year that will go beyond the world of the game. reads the post. Please look forward to the latest information, which will be posted via the Square Enix official Twitter and Chrono Trigger PR accounts. And they had a stream with some music. I think it's still running, right? No, it's AM. It's finished already. That's fine. They could make good stuff. Do we really trust them? I don't think so. Chrono Trigger is something quite unique, and that's not something I think you can properly repeat with success, I'm afraid. And I've seen some people asking for a remake of the game, and don't do it. The game is fun as it is. The only thing I would add, honestly, on a re-release, and the PC release was, god, terrible, I remember that, would be remastered music. Just that. Everything else is fine. It doesn't need even an HD 2D kind of remake. It's okay. The game is quite unique already. The game is quite good already. Don't touch it. It's okay. The game is good. Strange obsession with remakes. And so strange because you have a lot of fans asking for them. No, not anymore. Not anymore. We had way too many remakes being at best just meh. Don't do it. Don't do it, Sal. If you want to pause it, sure. If you want to update the graphics a little bit, maybe. I don't think there's a need for that. Remastered music might be probably the best change, with also the option to have the original. I mean, Dragon Quest opening theme, pretty good. I think orchestral theme, oh, it's so good. It's so good. But you know what? Maybe that could be a mod for the game. And that's it. It's so easy, you can keep selling the game without doing anything. And I refuse to buy this game on PC, by the way. Just because the port was trash for a long time. I don't know if it's good anymore. Apparently, if you go to the page on your Steam now, you get some sort of trigger warnings or something like that. It's so strange. No, the content, you have spicy content. It has an H rating already. Yeah, I know. Imagine that. Oh man. Speaking of Dragon Quest, I, for some reason, keep getting some posts on Twitter with Dragon Quest 5 and stuff. They keep listening to me, I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh man. But even the Western products are not free from this melody. But it might be a good remake for a change. So you know things are really grim. And I'm not talking about Chrono Trigger. I'm talking about Starship Troopers. New Starship Troopers movie in the works from District 9 filmmaker Neil Blomkamp. Where's this guy from? This became the new adaptation, which is not a remake of the 97 film, but rather will go back to the 59 novel as source material. That could be good. I don't know too much about the novel, but I've seen people complaining that the OG movie has subverts completely the message of the book. I know, imagine that. Rick is coming back to kill some more bugs. Columbia Pictures plotting a new Starship Troopers movie. Set in District 9 filmmaker Neil Blomkamp to write and direct an adaptation of the classic sci-fi novel story by Robert A. Heinlein. Is this because the success of Helldivers? It'd be funny, unless if it's a proper movie. Blomkamp will also produce the feature alongside Terry Tatchell, his partner and wife, who co-run the South African filmmakers District 9. Sounds familiar, I don't think I've seen it. And that's a 5, right? What a strange font. 2015 out in Chappie. Chappie was weird. It was not a bad movie, I don't think it was Just strange. Published in 1959, troopers ostensibly told of an interstellar war between Earth and the heart of bug-like aliens, and focusing on the rise of a military serviceman named Johnny Rico. But the story had other things on its minds, like exploring the strengths of life in a military society, and such ideas as having to perform service in order to have voting rights. Of course, a fascism! It's a bug, dude. It's fiction. It's fine. It's just fine. It's not a big deal, man. Come on. People love to complain about that, even though it doesn't make any sense. But you know. Well, the book won a Hugo Award for the best novel and has been quite influential in sci-fi literature. Some quarters describe the book as fascist. It's not pre-read, I promise. It was that tone that was satirized in the 1997 movie from Paul Verhoeven, with the director of Robocop, Total Recall, Basic Instinct, and Showgirls. Showgirls seems out of place in this list. Verhoeven was over the top in his depiction of the military jingoism and propaganda, fetishized costumes, and highlighted Nazi influences. I don't think that's necessarily correct, though. I think that's a little bit overblown, not gonna lie. Maybe just me. Who knows with these people? Everything has to be Nazi now. It was played by Square-Jaw Roughneck, Casper Van Dien, and the cast included Dana Meyer, Denise Richards, Neil Patrick Harris, I remember that, and Michael Ironside. While the movie was not initially a success, and some critics accused Verhoeven of putting a positive spin on fascism, the movie has since developed a reprisal and a cult following. One Camp's Tank is not a remake of the Verhoeven movie, and some say the goal is to go back to the source material. Big if true, we can only hope. Van Camp most recently directed Gran Turismo for Sony Pictures, a critical and commercial success that grossed over 102 million USD worldwide. Don't think I've seen that one. I don't think I've seen anything about that one. If it was good, cool. The filmmaker showed his ability to tackle deep themes while balancing human versus aliens conflicts in his splashy 2009 feature debuted District 9. The movie was a hit at the box office and won 4 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture and Best Adapted Screenplay for Blomkamp and Tatchell. Blomkamp's a really strange name. And follow up that with more sci-fi offerings, including Chappie and Elysium. This sounds familiar too. I think I've seen it. Interesting. It could be good. I'm not expecting anything still. I'm not expecting anything. Read next. Some of the things that Trump is doing. I think I'm fine. He's doing a lot of shit apparently. And since we have Hideki Kamiya mentioned, why not read what he's talking about now? I think I might agree with the guy actually. Okami director Hideki Kamiya says new Clover Studios focus on individual-driven creativity. Lemons how there is less and less of that across the video game industry. Damn absolutely true. This guy's quite eccentric. And the veteran game director and studio head Hideki Kamiya, one of the main aims of the newly founded Clover's development house is to foster the sort of individual-driven creativity, the one so defined the video game industry, but has since been nearly extinguished thanks to corporate push for profits over anything else. And that's not good for the quote-unquote art, if you consider it art. The craft, if you will. I agree with that. Well, slow down, babe. Netflix could never, by the way. From Resident Evil 2 to the original Devil May Cry, Beautiful Yo, Okami, Bayonetta, and the wonderful 101, the games including cameos their directorial history may vary in genre, but each and every one of them actually feels like it was made with a passion, not just for various Japanese media, but also the very video game medium itself. As such, it should come as no surprise that upon being recruited by Clover's founder, president, and CEO Kento Koyama, who hit the studio following the pair's 2024 departure, from the shared former employer Platinum Games. Oh, what's happening here then? Not looking good. It just to make the promotion and encouragement of such genuine creativity a core part of the team's identity. Thanks, Kamiya-san. Pretty good. Speaking to the mission statement during a recent interview with reporter Haru Ida? That would be Ilda, right? I'm not quite sure. For the Japanese news outlet Kim Spark, Kamiya began by recalling how his own signature style was formulated by not just his love of video games, but also his affinity for various mecha anime and tokusatsu superhero shows. Quite a combination! But it makes sense. Mecha anime and tokusatsu is usually really over the top, so no wonder. Stuff like Bayonetta and DMC are really over the top too. Instead of games, I was really into anime, imagine. The infamous Twitter user told his host that he is quite infamous in the Twitter machine. He likes to block a lot of people. You know what? More power to him. And especially to Mobile Suit Gundam, all the first series, as well as Super Robot anime like Messenger Z, with Messenger and Get Robo. It's bad for you, that makes sense. It's allowed real robot series like Zabungle, Dumbine, and League Game. I know nothing about those, never seen those before, which followed the Gundam lineage. Also rolled into Ultraman, another giant transformation heroes, as well as Kamen Rider, Himitsusente Goranga. Goragon. Wait, that's different. But I don't think that's something particularly worth emphasizing. He added. His indifference to his tokusatsu fandom likely based on the fact that such series are massively popular with Japanese kids of every generation. And they are. And some of them are actually popular in the West a little bit, in Power Rangers. I think it just straightforwardly reflected this interest in my games. Beautiful Joe was fully influenced by my love for superheroes, and the Wonderful 101 took the Granger concept and scaled it up to 100 heroes. I no longer have control over it, but Platinum Games, supposedly still in development Project GG, was also conceived as a giant hero project within the superhero format, so my personal tastes are strongly reflected in it. See? What I'm talking about? They were really different in the West. But still. Asked by... I think this is an L, right? Do they look the same? I'm not sure. Should be. As with Ilda, if we would continue to draw so heavily from his own interests, give me a certain... I think it'll happen naturally. I don't consciously try to make it happen, but also don't deliberately avoid it. That said, with Beautiful Joe, I learned that if I go all in on my personal tastes, I'll end up making something that only I enjoy, he laughed. I don't think so. I think some people actually enjoy Beautiful Joe. It was really strange, that thing back in the day when it released. It's quite a unique game. I never tried it, but it looks really unique. I said that as if I learned my lesson, but I did the same thing again with the Wonderful 101. It's all about balance. I think your personal interests inevitably seep into your work. Even as a player, I enjoy games where you can feel the creator's unique passions subtly woven into them. Yeah, that makes sense. Why play? I mean, why not play a game that is unique? When nowadays, most games feel like they're just the same. Generic open world or generic hack and slash, you decide. Sometimes they're the same. They just feel too samey. Because you want some unique stuff, right? Why would I play generic hack and slash 27 when I can play generic hack and slash 15? Or even something better, right? Terminate with the observation from Ilda that perhaps the most compelling aspects of a game are those that naturally seep into it. You may proceed to provide a lengthy elaboration as to what such a concept of personal creativity meant to him. When we were working on a game and discussing ideas... Look at this! This is unique. At least the style. Never played the game. It's probably unique too. I need to blow my nose. Give me a second here. I will need to get more tissues later. Cannot forget. It's gonna be terrible if I don't. It's gonna be terrible, I tell you. We're working on a game and discussing ideas. I really love when someone passionately explains a particular element they care deeply about, he began. Those moments where someone's personal experiences, preferences, and knowledge come through as they say, "This is how it should be." Those are great. And energy is what makes for engaging ideas, anything that applies not just to games, but to movies and other forms of entertainment as well. That's something I really want to cherish in game development. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty... I have some things to say about that. We'll wait till the end of the article at least. Lately you hear a lot about train otaku torutetsu, right? I have some people who with ridiculously large telephoto lenses, taking photos near railway tracks. Even though I have zero interest in trains and can't tell them apart, I find that really thrilling. I think those people are seeing something that I simply can't perceive. And that's fine! That's fine. I was never a big fan of Hideki Kamiya, but I think he's actually right about a bunch of things. For me it's like Gundam plastic models. I'm a die-hard 3rd Gundam purist, but the RX-78 has been redesigned, and really is the kid's countless times. Each year brings a different take to the design. In the recent years, the yellow chest vents are often positioned further forward along with the frame. But I just can't accept it. I get really passionate and say, this interpretation of the vents is wrong. But all I get is responses like, "Oh, I see. Fuck, he's just like me. He's just like me. He shouldn't make games." I think I do have interesting ideas for games at least. Which is not saying anything, honestly. So when I think about how train enthusiasts, Torutetsu, but have their own particular preference that the outsiders wouldn't understand, just like my fixation on Gundam, I find it thrilling. His position made clear, Kamiya then admitted that while he loved people who are passionate about their quirks, and that whenever I talk about strong creative identities, I often bring up Hideo Kojima and Kojima. Well, he is unique, you don't have to like him, but he is unique. And Yoko Taro, and the same goes for Fumito Ueda. Name sounds familiar, I don't know why. He felt like we're seeing less and less of that kind of individual-driven creativity. Yoko Taro's kind of a crazy guy. The entire video game industry. There used to be games here that were completely tied to a specific creator, where users could clearly say, this game is made by this person, he's played. If that creator suddenly leaves, the company is left scrambling with how to handle the franchise. Yes! Yes! You can see that in a lot of games that have been going on for decades. Even a game like Yakuza, where's Nogashi? She's not around anymore. And it shows. What about Final Fantasy? It's not the same. But what about Dragon Quest? It's still kind of the same, because you know, Yuji Horii is still there. I still fear for Dragon Quest 12 though. I've been fearing for quite some time. But it really shows. Ah, but the studio's the same. What about the people? At the end of the day, it's only the people that matter. From a business perspective, it's simple for a company to focus on games as products rather than as works of art. I can feel that approach becoming the mainstream in game development. That's why, personally, I want to value the kind of game creation where the creator's individuality shines through. To bring this particular part of your discussion to an end, Kamiya ultimately reaffirmed that in regards to clovers, I want it to be a place where skilled creators can craft things with their own unique sensibilities and techniques. That they can only be made here. I like for all of our staff to share the mindset. Yep, that's the trailer for Okami. Currently, Kami and his little Clover's devs are in the process of developing their previously announced but still officially untitled Okami sequel, trailer for which can be seen above. Yep. He's lying. All up. He's lying. Platinum delivers on Ninja Gaiden 4 and their projects, he and his cronies better bite their tongues. They've been covering for the clown his entitlement for so long, but lying Itagaki is spreading lines about him. People like Max Dude and Matt McMassels have a short friends that hate Monster Hunter, but Max at least is glazing it. Here's the defining throwing him. Hmm. Oh, Gibbons are spicy. I think he's wrong with what he's saying, though. That's a good game, but I've yet to see anything impressive grow. General demand new spiral around when talking about creator-driven development. And trust it's soon Tencent more than Nagoshi and NetEase. Uh, I don't know about NetEase, but yeah. Nagoshi had a clear idea what the Yakuza games should be. Now they're different. He may consider to be a joke. Another interesting with Platinum for his individual creativity to flourish. Going back to Kraken to work on popular IPs, maybe he realized that his creative visions set up a seller and decided to sell out instead. There's nothing wrong with Capcom. Oh, that's just a lie. That's just a lie. Yeah, it's a little bit strange. A little bit strange that he's working for Capcom now. Being that Capcom's full up in their slap lately. But something I wanted to mention was the fact that I don't know if it's because games were old or whatever, but some of these games, when you say this, just highly generalized. Some old games were rather unique, and you can see the uniqueness, you can see the nuance. I'm not sure if it's because of this individuality or something else. I couldn't know, obviously. But you can see this with class systems in video games. And I do love class systems in video games. If an RPG has class system, and the class system is good, I will probably enjoy the gameplay. If not, maybe not. And speaking of Dragon Quest, even though it's always been Yuji Horii, you see changes in that, right? You have Dragon Quest 3. It's the first one with the class system. Class system, pretty decent. You have the hero. Hero's just alone, just the hero class. Then you get the warrior, the fighter, the priest, the wizard, and whatnot. And then when they get high enough level, they can change to a different class. They keep their spells, if any, and all of their stats are halved, and they reset back to level 1. So you can make a stronger character this way. You can fuck it up, I guess, but at the end of the day, if you just keep grinding and resetting, it's gonna be a good character. Allegedly. Then you have Dragon Quest 6. I haven't played yet, I've read just a little bit about it. Now, the class level is separate from the character level, and you are supposed to keep grinding the classes, not to just unlock spells and whatnot, even though you don't keep your special abilities. But if you master a bunch of different classes, you get promoted classes that are even stronger. And at the end, when you get, I don't think it's literally every class, but it's most classes, you get the hero class, which is really strong. That's cool. You can just grind a lot, you have a lot of options. You can see how the characters keep growing. That's cool. And then you have Dragon Quest 9. I haven't really played 9, but I've read about it. It also has a class system, and I expected it to be similar to that of Dragon Quest 3, but it's not. Let's say you create a character, a warrior, simple. You get that character to level, let's say, 30, and you reset the class. And that's it. Excuse me. And there's no in-character progression when you jump classes. Everything resets. I don't like that. I don't like that. You're losing something that's unique with your progression of the character, so you can have something general, so you cannot make mistakes? It doesn't make any sense. I don't even know what my point with this was, but you can see that the uniqueness in games is actually going down. Because you're not allowed to make mistakes. And I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. I guess it's just showing the trend of games at first were becoming more unique and more nuanced, and suddenly they stopped doing that, and they became simplified versions of themselves. And it's been happening for many years. I don't think that's good. I do believe that games, at least some games, should remain complex. Is that wrong? I don't think it is. Some games are made to be complex, and they're good when they're complex. Some other games are more simple, and that's fine. But when you change that, a complex game becoming simple, or a simple game becoming complex, and it doesn't make any sense, you ostracize people. That's been happening for a long time, and I don't like it. I don't know if that point had anything to do with this article, but I was trying to make that point, I guess. I like things that are unique. And if they don't appeal to me, I don't like them. I'm gonna be selfish. And that's it. Oh man. I'm looking forward to Dragon Quest 6. I'm not looking forward to 9, even though I should play 9 at some point too. It's gonna be a little bit disappointing. And I don't think 11 was bad, or anything. But I haven't played 8 yet, so there's that. They're like parallels within the games, right? Am I making any sense? I hope I am. Something I've been thinking about for some time, so just trying to blurt out all the ideas might be difficult here. I just want games that I like. Imagine. It's so simple, but just the truth. And that's why I keep going back to old games. Because they're actually more nuanced. And for example, right? You have people nowadays trying to tell you, I want to say it's younger people. I'm not quite sure it's only younger people. I'm gonna say, even though it's gonna sound really harsh, I was about to call them stupid people. I'm gonna say it's simplistic people, at least. They will tell you that the nuance, the complexity of the game was getting in the way of the game itself. Ah, this was just bloat, it was just all the game jank. No, it's not. What you call jank was a deliberate decision when they made the game. Those limitations are not arbitrary. There might be some limitations that could be technology-wise and whatnot. I'm not talking about that. We're talking about, for example, a class system. It's not a software or hardware limitation, absolutely not. It's just simple data and how it works. You could implement... I mean, Dragon Quest 3 came out on the NES, right? And 9 came out on the DS. That's... many generations. It's impossible to say that they lost the technology, right? So obviously, they were decisions that they made, and you don't have to like those decisions, but to say they were wrong takes away from the game itself. It truly shows that either you don't like the game as it was originally, or you don't understand it, even. And you see that a lot. And this comes, once again, with ostracizing the player base in this case. Oh, but Final Fantasy 16 is not selling as much. Well, sure, some people are gonna say, yeah, it was PlayStation exclusive for a long time. Well, yeah, but at the same time, can you really compare Final Fantasy 16 with other titles? It's clearly a really different game. And if you like Final Fantasy from, let's say, 1 to 10, Final Fantasy 16 for you is gonna be a completely different game. There's no reason for you to like it, just because you're a Final Fantasy fan. Final Fantasy fan, FFF. My goodness. And that shit keeps happening. And I don't know if it's just the director copying, the producer copying, or they just don't understand what they're doing. Ah, but why don't they like the game? Well, when I say I like Final Fantasy, I mean the older games. I like turn-based RPGs. Not only, but I do like turn-based RPGs. I do enjoy class systems when they have them. Also, Final Fantasy 3 DS version, class system was completely butchered in comparison with the NES. It keeps happening. Imagine that. I also believe that Squaresoft and Enix becoming Square Enix was quite terrible for both Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, maybe. Not as much for Dragon Quest, perhaps, but Final Fantasy, and yeah, I don't like the new ones. And sure, we can make the argument, but you have to change the game because you cannot release the same game for, I don't know, 30 years? Okay. But if you make a game that's completely different, where's the identity? You know? And sure, they have always had the spin-offs and whatnot, but at the same time, you understand that a spin-off is gonna be different. Right? Final Fantasy Tactics, for example, or whatnot. Sure. I don't know. It's just like people are not thinking anymore. And these guys, these devs and whatnot, they should be intelligent, right? You're not just a nobody on the internet like me. I don't know. It's just strange. I don't even know if what I'm saying makes any sense. I think it does. I may not be the best at explaining. I know. Imagine that being quite not a good orator, as they say. Try to stream. More likely than you think. Okay, more likely than you think. Ah, man. But once again, there's a reason people keep going back to old games. Not just because of nostalgia, but because you see that a lot of old games are actually quite unique. Modern games, how many times have we seen this? Oh, no game! Wow, it looks so generic. What kind of generic piece of shit is this gonna be? Like, that fucking Dragon Age game. Oh, it's woke. Oh, it's so ugly. It's this and that. Sure. Have you seen the gameplay? Shh. I was looking at the game and I was like, holy shit, is this Crumble Fantasy Link? Why is this generic hack and slash? Perhaps action RPG? And I was kind of okay with Crumble Fantasy being that because it was quote-unquote new game. Thing is, the game was not what I expected it to be. That's my gripe with the game. I don't know. No wonder people like this, I suppose. Let's move on. Let's talk about something that's sad but still strange. And then we'll finish with some science, okay? This was running around the internet for a week, and I get it. It makes sense because, you know, streamer stuff. It's from the Asahi Shimbun. It's been a while. Live streamer killing and stabbing had out suspect 2.5 million yen. And when this thing came around, people were like, oh, IRL streamer, she got killed, personalities so bad, no wonder some people want to remain anonymous in the internet. Sure, those are good points. There's more to this story. It's kind of wild. I've heard a little bit about this. Police officers... this is the image. The font is pretty much the same. Man accused of fatally stabbing a woman during her live stream in Tokyo said he was frustrated by her refusal to repay him about 2.5 million yen. That's 17,000 USD. As ordered by a court, police said. The suspect, Kenichi Takano, 42, an unemployed resident of Oyama, Tochigi Prefecture, had won a lawsuit against the woman, Airi Sato, 22, over the debt. How do you have so much money being unemployed? Hold up now. That's strange. He said she still would not repay him. On March 11th, Takano was arrested on a street in the Takada no Baba. District of Tokyo's Shinjuku ward, where Sato had been viciously attacked around 9:55 AM while live streaming a video. I thought it was at night for some reason. I guess not. Sato, who suffered more than 30 stab wounds on her upper body, was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Yeah, 30 stabs, that's a lot. Attempts revealed that a stab wound to her neck was the fatal blow. Yeah, that's probably going to kill you. sadly. Takano, who was found in possession of several knives, was initially accused of attempted murder. I think it's more than attempted, but sure. Texas Metropolitan Police Department plans to arrest him on suspicion of murder. Yeah. Money disputes. Current records show that Takano Suedo? That's the wrong guy, that's from Cypress Sleuth, right? Takano sued Sato in August 2023, seeking repayment of around 2.5 million yen that he had loaned to her in 13 installments since September 2022. He said in court proceedings that she cut off contact with him after paying 30,000 yen of the amount in January 2023. Isn't that like close to 200 bucks nowadays? A little bit over that, like 220, something like that. Sato did not appear in court during the lawsuit. That's a red flag! The ruling fully sided with Takano's claim, ordered Sato to repay the amount in full. In January 2024, Takano contacted Tochigi Prefecture Police, saying he was unable to recover money he had lent to an acquaintance, according to police. After his arrest, Takano told investigators that he felt unbearable frustration at the thought of Sato continuing to earn money through live streaming, refusing to repay her debt to him. I don't know how the justice system works in Japan, but yeah, I think this is... I'm not trying to say that this guy is, oh, poor guy, he just had to stop the woman. That's not what I'm saying. But it doesn't seem like the justice system is working as intended either. Which is, as you might expect, not good. She noticed about her live streaming schedule and came to Tokyo in the morning of that day. Police quoted him saying, Deng identified her location by watching the live video she was streaming. Police said Takano has consistently explained his actions on the day of the incident, and they believe he is mentally competent to be held criminally responsible. Yeah, I don't think that is correct. And the guy was extremely frustrated and whatnot. That's no reason to stab a woman, okay? But at the same time, why was the justice system failing this guy? That appears to be the case. That's also fucked up. If anything, there are some obvious takeaways from this, right? First of all, don't lend inordinate amounts of money to people. Maybe to family, right? Because it's family. Especially not celebs. The woman is not going to marry you. I don't think that was the intention or anything, but still. If she was probably making more money than him. She was getting money from the live streams, and he was unemployed. So, this is strange. This is deranged too. And also, really important, especially for streamers out there. Don't you know the amount of information you can give out to people that hate you? We've seen time and time again, not just in Japan, but also in the West. Fans, not being so different from antis, being completely deranged. There was a big news about that more than a year ago, probably at this point. A guy flew to a big streamer house. I think it was a woman, I don't remember who it was. Just to burn her car. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. They could try and kill you. That's not good. Look what happened this week with Amaranth. And I don't like Amaranth, but yeah, they tried to rob her in her home. Thank goodness. Her husband was trapped. But that can happen, and it's really dangerous out there. You see that a lot with vtubers too, sadly, right? Those trends that I hate so much. vtubers IRL. Well, first of all, V stands for virtual, not for vampire or anything else, despite the allegations. Imagine that. But, you don't understand the huge amount of information you can be giving with that. You also have the thoughts. That's a completely different problem. They're always gonna be a thing. So be careful. Be careful. I've never liked showing myself the flashback. Oh, I'm talking about the flash, not like this. So I can probably assure you, this is a little bit looking behind the scenes, right? But please bear with me. I can almost assure you there are no images of myself on the internet. And I've been on the internet for close to 20 years. Wow, that's quite impressive. And at some point, I thought about showing some stuff around me, right? Like I mentioned before, I played Monster Hunter now before. I went around the neighborhood late at night, and there was a house with a cat, and the cat was usually hanging around late at night. It was a nice cat. And I thought, oh, I could show this on Twitter perhaps, but I never did. You know what? Because you never know. You never know what kind of information you could be giving with something as simple as a cat image on the streets, even if it's properly cropped. But I guess it makes sense, right? Did you know that tubers are usually not that smart? I know, imagine that. And not only tubers, just content creators in general. Maybe it's just the content brain taking over, as some people say. I don't think that happens to me, luckily. But you need to be careful, man. You need to be careful. This could happen to anyone. And I think IRL streaming is actually kind of fun. You see that sometimes it's kind of cool to see the scenery. Not in the city, right? I've seen some videos. It's been a long time since I got them recommended. There was this Japanese guy that it wasn't even live stream. It was just short videos. There was this Japanese guy that will drive around a little bit on the rural areas with his bike, and then stop at some sort of park or wild area and camp for a little while. I thought that was kind of cool. As I said, I haven't seen that guy in, God, 2 years maybe 3. But that's kind of cool. But if you're live streaming that, they might get your ass for no reason. And this is really funny, right? Going back to Pokemon Go, which was also a topic for today. Oh, but people are going to know where you are. They're going to kill you, they're going to kidnap you. They're going to rob you and whatnot. And now you have people giving that information for free during a live stream. Bad idea. Really bad idea. Imagine that. Once again, I'm reminded of human stupidity. Happens a lot. Not claiming to be perfect or anything. God, I wish. If only that was the case, right? But come on, man. Just be real. Just be careful. Also, some people love to say, I'm gonna be on vacation from this day to this day. The house is gonna be along. Don't do that. Say that after the fact. Say that when you're home. I went on vacation. I'm back home. People are gonna enter and they're gonna steal a bunch of stuff. This has happened before. Stop it. What a bunch of terrible news for today. What about we read some science? I said this the other day. I think it's interesting. I do enjoy science. Imagine that. Do you guys like the moon? I think the moon is fine, but apparently it's not actually made of cheese. Sad to say. So, from Science Alert! It's official. Scientists have confirmed what's inside our moon. Well, the weirdest thing. The moon is not made of green cheese after all. You know what? Maybe that's for the best. Green cheese? That doesn't sound great. A thorough investigation published in May 2023 found that the inner core of the moon is, in fact, still evolved with a density similar to that of iron. This, researchers hope, will help settle a long debate about whether the moon's inner heart is solid or molten, and lead to a more accurate understanding of the moon's history, and by extension, that of the solar system. I'm pretty sure, at least that's a theory, that the moon is actually just a piece that broke from Earth after a huge meteor impact? Well, meteor asteroid, I guess. So it would make sense if the moon is made of similar things as the Earth, right? Our results, wrote the team led by astronomer Arthur Bryant of the French National Center of Scientific Research in France, question the evolution of the moon magnetic field thanks to its demonstration of the existence of the inner core, and support the global mantle overturning scenario that brings substantial insights on the timeline of the lunar bombardment in the first billion years of the solar system. Billion. We cannot understand what a billion is. Be it years or money. Proving the true composition of the objects in the solar system. I ate a lot today. It's most effectively accomplished through seismic data. The way acoustic waves generated by quakes move through and reflected from material inside the planet, or moon, can help scientists create a detailed map of the object's interior. I guess that makes sense. We happen to have a lunar seismic data collected by the Apollo mission, but its resolution is still out to accurately determine the inner core state. We know there's a fluid outer core, but whether it compasses remains under debate. Models of a solid inner core and an internally fluid core work equally well with the Apollo data. Ah, that's interesting. So it might not be that much of a difference, huh? They figured it out once for all. Brian and his colleagues collected data from space missions and lunar laser ranging experiments to compile a profile of various lunar characteristics. This included the degree of its deformation with its gravitational interaction with Earth, the variation in its distance from Earth, and its density. We have a piece of the cheese here. Just a bunch of rock, and the core. Not a magma, that's strange. I expected just a little bit. But I guess it makes sense, we haven't seen eruptions, so... just the rock. That's a little bit disappointing. Do they have Nazis here? Nazis on the moon? That was a Chris's theory. Next, they conducted modeling with various core types to find which matched most closely with the observational data. They made several interesting findings. Firstly, the models that most closely resemble what we know about the moon describe active overturn deep inside the lunar mantle. Yes, it has some sort of mantle, I'm not quite sure. This means that denser material inside the moon falls towards the center, unless dense material rises upwards. This activity has long been proposed as a way of explaining the presence of certain elements in volcanic regions of the moon. Okay, I guess they actually have volcanic regions of the moon. I used to know nothing about the moon. Speaking of the moon, didn't we have a blood moon yesterday? I think it was in the US. I was like, oh, look outside, it's a blood moon. I don't think I could see the moon at that point in time. Sad. His team researcher adds another point in the 4 tally of evidence. And they found that the lunar core is very similar to that of Earth. That makes sense. With another fluid layer and a solid inner core. According to their modeling, the outer core has a radius of about 362 kilometers, 225 miles, and the inner core has a radius of about 258 kilometers, 160 miles. That's about 15% of the entire radius of the moon. That's kind of big, actually. What the hell? I expected it to be smaller. Is that the same case with Earth? Ah, it looks so red. I bet there's a lot of ore here. We have to mine, boys. The inner core the team found also has a density of about 7,822 kilograms per cubic meter. It's very close to the density of iron. Yeah, that seems kind of heavy. Curiously, in 2011, a team led by NASA Marshall planetary scientist Renee Weber found a similar result using what were the state-of-the-art seismological techniques on Apollo data to study the lunar core. They found evidence of a solid inner core with a radius of about 240 kilometers and a density of about 8,000 kilograms per cubic meter. That's really close. What the hell? That's really interesting. The results, better than his team say, are confirmation of those early findings, and guessed at a pretty strong case for an Earth-like lunar core. Has some interesting implications for the moon's evolution. We know that not long after it formed, the moon had a powerful magnetic field, which started to decline about 3.2 billion years ago. 3.2 billion? That's a lot! Such a magnetic field is generated by motion and convection in the core, so what the lunar core is made of is deeply relevant to how and why the magnetic field disappeared. That could happen to us. Not anytime soon, I don't think. In humanity's hope to return to the moon in relatively short order, perhaps we won't have long to wait for seismic verification of these findings. First published May 2023. That's around this week, you know. I hate when they do that. It's not only science guys who do this, though. That's kind of cool. Imagine going back, mining a bunch of ore. That could be cool. That could be pretty useful. It also presents some problems, like, okay, but who's the owner of the moon, right? So that could be a legal problem at some point. Who knows? Who knows? But look, it's there. We can get the materials, but sadly, humanity is not that close together. We have a bunch of stupid conflicts. That's humans for you, man. That's humans for you. But it's not made of cheese. Well, that's everything I had for today. We run for 2 hours per usual, so that's pretty okay. So, plan for next week. We're gonna have a bunch of Dragon Ball Online, a bunch of MTG Forge, and maybe for the week after, we can start considering starting stuff like Dragon Quest. I'm getting really into the mood now. I also looked up the battle themes. These sound so good, much better than 4, and I don't think 4 is bad. So I'm actually kind of excited to actually play 5. I'm going in mostly blind, and after finishing the game, I can actually watch the movie, see how bad it is. And that's gonna be everything for me today. So thank you for coming. I heard you had some fun. I don't know. The news today were mostly grim, I'm afraid. But we can have some fun sometimes, right? With the ranting and whatnot. And I will see you all soon. Until then, you know the rules. Take care. And then consume the slop.